So listen, I am willing to go out on a limb and say that this film is my favorite Pixar film to date, by a long shot. I got a lot of reasons to explain that and more, so let's jump into my review of the new film, Turning Red. What's up, folks, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film Turning Red, which is premiering exclusively on Disney Plus March 11th. And I gotta say, it's kind of criminal because this was originally going to be scheduled to be released in theaters, but it seems that Disney has been pulling all their Pixar film and releasing it exclusively on Disney Plus. And it's a little upsetting, not just one because of all of the hard work from the filmmakers, animators, and so on, and getting the project done, because everybody wants their stuff released in theaters. But when you look at this, how visually pleasing and just fantastic it is, you think it has to be on the big screen. It really does. But on the other end, I do see that now that this gives more opportunity for everybody to check it out. We're still in the pandemic, and the more eyes on it is always better, especially for the kids, who may not be able to get to the theaters. But a little bit of tug of war there in terms of emotion for me, because I would have loved to see this in theaters, but I understand for the kids it's probably the right decision. But again, yes, exclusively on Disney Plus March 11th. Now listen, I love me a good Pixar film. I really do. There's a bunch that come to mind that I think I enjoyed a lot. But this one right here is easily my favorite for a lot of reasons. One, this film invoked a lot of emotions. Like, I was really, really, really close to shedding a tear in some scenes. It's the cutest film I've seen in a while, with just really good, a lot of good things that happen. I'm gonna get to them. But not only just because of the plot and whatnot, but because of the messages you kind of take from this film. Like, this film did a lot, and beyond that, I think everybody can connect with it. And although, like, the core catalyst of this film is between four middle school girls, I think that guys of all age, or anybody, for however you identify, everybody can relate to a lot of the elements within the film. And that's one, having self-acceptance, and then the idea of puberty and how the world tends to now be viewed through another scope, because now you're seeing things differently because of things you were once kind of comfortable with, you may not be comfortable with now. The idea of dating and what love interests mean. And the biggest thing of this film is truly the dynamic of pleasing your parents outside of pleasing yourself. And all these things are explored through this film, which really, I think, makes it relatable for everybody. But in specific of what this film is about, you have 13-year-old 8th grader Mei Lee, who goes by Mei most of the time, who is confident. She's very, very clumsy at times. She is a dork, you can say, at times, but she has it figured out. For 8th grader, she has it figured out. She is a scholar. She has her friends. She does what she does. But at this age is also a very big turning point in her life, because this is, as I said, she's starting to explore puberty. So, now having her eyes set on a particular boy, her infatuation with this boy band called Four Town, which is basically NSYNC or Backstreet Boys for my generation. And the biggest tug of war battle is between, as I say, appeasing her mother Ming and being loyal to her friends, her core group of friends, because this tug of war is the dynamic between the disobedience of her parents and or the mistrust and lack of loyalty to her friends, because it's going to be things that she wants to do with her friends that her parents are not truly going to be acceptance of, and vice versa, where her parents want her to do this and then her friends are like, well, why can't you be with us and whatnot. So a lot of those things happen. It's truly the journey of being a teenager. A lot of us, majority of us, all of us have really been through all of this, you know what I mean? So yeah, when you talk about like her interests are changing, her relationships is changing, and how comfortable she is with herself, accepting her own personal appearance. And then if that's not good enough, well, she has inherited a family, I guess we can go as far as saying a family curse, where anytime she gets too excited, she turns into a red panda, which is like scaling wise, like three or four times big the size she is. So she definitely stands out in every situation that she's in. But also, like, as if she wasn't already comfortable with what she was before, now she's essentially turned into a monster and doesn't know how to really navigate through that and understanding what does this mean. So like when you think about the title Turning Red, there's a lot of symbolic factors to that. I mean, when you say turning red, they typically mean somebody's blushing, either because they're shy, they're uncomfortable, whatever it may be. But also you could say like, well, turning red is essentially the transformation of her turning into a red panda. But all these different things is the battle of finding self-comfortability and really knowing how to navigate through life with the changes that occur. So like all these really good messages, you know what I mean? But like as a teen girl, they hit all the nuances of it. Very awkward. And like I said, it's an emotional journey. And what I really liked about this film is because it's Pixar, a lot of the colors that are being used are truly dictating and depicting, shall I say, the different emotions that she's going throughout this journey. So like everything really tells a story. And when it comes to Pixar, the animation is always top tier, very welcoming, very warm, and a term that they use in describing the animation in this is chunky cute. And well, yeah, you exactly see what they're talking about once you check it out. But then, if that wasn't enough, they truly do something unique. And this is where I really, really, really love this film. They take Pixar's animation style and then they journey over west. And then they really bring in that Japanese anime style and really bring it together to create something like I've never seen before. So you're getting two different styles of animation coming into one to really bring together that's something truly special. So like, considering what Japanese animation does really good, one thing for me is always the storytelling and the emotions within the eyes. And you'll see a lot of that within this film too. And then with the special effects in terms of like with like water or tears and rain, like all these different things really all come together, really combining these two styles together to create this very unique project. So that's that. Ludwig does the score, so you can always, if you're a fan of his, look, that's right there is a no-brainer. That it musically is pleasing, and if that wasn't just enough, Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas does original music as well too. So there's a lot of good music in this film. The voice work is fantastic. Sandra Oh plays Ming, the mother, who is just been elevating her talent each and every project I see her in, and this is just another step forward. As if she has not already been so self-accomplished already, that she just continues to really, really work on her craft and continue to be better and better. And this is another example from being a mom on Invincible to now this. Like, you can even see the total difference, even though like the roles are kind of the same. They're totally different performances, which is just how good she is. The red panda is just some of the best animation of this film. Just when it comes to life, it's truly special. And roaming through Toronto, which is a beautiful city, I mean, it just all works to their advantage of really bringing together a really, really cute film. And what else? There was tons of laughs, more laughs than I thought I was gonna have, to be honest. Like, it was really, really, they were really landing all of the jokes, if you ask me. They were really thought out, and really good. Not to mention, as much as I like Mei as a character, one of her friends, Abby, was truly one of the highlights of this film. Abby reminds me a lot of myself at times, with the random outbursts. And she also had this scene where she said, "Fight the power," and threw up the fist. I was like, Abby, who are you over there? But yeah, it was really dope. Now, when I originally got to see this film, I got to see it a little bit earlier, I was only given the first 30 minutes, and I was definitely at the edge of my seat, like, oh my God, I can't wait to see the entire film. And now that I've seen the entire film, I'm here to say that the pacing of the film is really solid. From the 30 minutes blocks, because it's about an hour and 30 minutes, each and every 30 minutes is just an elevation to elevation until you get to the third act, which the third act we got to talk about here. Now, if you are a fan of anime, you always know anytime you're watching an anime film, the third act is the big conclusion of, you know, and I'm not just going to say the resolve of the film, because that's every film. But for anime, it's always that big boss battle. And you would think, nah, they wouldn't do that in this, even though they're like, you know, obviously paying homage to the animation of the West. Of course they did. Of course they did. Which made the third act insane that they had such in this, which I was like, wow. It was fantastic. And beyond that, beyond paying homage to the animation style, it also does have a lot of Easter eggs of a lot of the classic anime. So like when you see things and it makes you think of other things, it was on purpose. So just be aware of that, especially in the final act. You're going to see some things like, I see what you did there. I see what you did. But this film has so much joy, so much energy, so many good moments. I really, really, really enjoyed it. And like even with the Asian anime melodies that was kind of going on, you just always felt really upbeat the entire time. So I don't know, man. This Pixar and this animation of the West Japanese anime being combined into one is a crazy idea that whoever came up with it, hats off to you, because it worked out fantastic. You know, the East meets the West, and I love it. I need more of this, you know. But as I said, the last thing I want to kind of wrap up on is really the important messages that comes out of this film. And it's about life, believing in yourself, and self-acceptance. And, you know, nothing stays the same forever. And I think, as again, no matter your age, no matter your sexuality, no matter however you identify, I think everybody can relate to the heart of this film and these messages that are taken out of it. So, you know, with so much just joyous and just radiant fun, evoking so much emotion in this film, this was fantastic. It really, really is. And I really can't wait to check it out again. I had a really good time with this film. But hey, check it out. Again, this is Turning Red, premiering exclusively on Disney Plus, March 11th. Jump in the comments, folks. Let me know your thoughts about this film when you check it out. Please be excited for this one. This was a fun time. It's a lot of hard work that went into this film. It's very unique. The voice acting was just spectacular. The animation, as I spent so much time talking about, was just it was next level. The music, the soundtrack, the score, everything, and this just the heart of this film was just beautiful. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, check it out, folks. Jump in the comments and let me know your thoughts about this, and I'll see you around very soon for more reviews.